Hi everyone, we are at chapter 13, alright, notes page 2. This lesson is about what is a volume and surface area. So a volume is basically a space occupied by a cube or a cuboid. So over here I have an example of a cuboid. It's basically a small notepad. Now it is a 3D object because it has the length, the breadth, and if you turn to the side, okay, I have the height on depth. Now if I place it this way, alright, over here the height is basically the depth. If I put it sideways, it becomes the height. So sometimes the question, depending on the orientation, the height or the depth is interchangeable. Okay, now, so how do I find the volume of this? Now if I open up, basically it is made out of a very thin pieces of paper. Right, so each paper you can see it as a area. Okay, area. So what is the area of this? Is a rectangle, so length times breadth. So length times breadth. Now, so I have all these same size rectangles stacked on top of one another. So how many of them are stacked on top of one another? Well, the height of it. Therefore, the formula will be the length times the breadth, which gives me the area, multiplied by the height of it. And hence the formula for this. Right, so if I have these two lengths, right, it's basically these two lengths at the base, right, and then I multiply by the height of it. So I have the square at the bottom and I stack up the square, right? Or in terms of the volume, I have the length and the breadth, okay, which is the paper, length and breadth, and I multiply by the height, right, because I stack up the area, which gives me the volume. Right, so this is how we calculate the volume. Now next, I'm going to move on to surface area. Now what is a surface area? Over here I have a box, right? So surface area is in short all this area that's printed. Okay, all these areas that's printed. Okay, all these areas that is printed. That is basically the surface area, or in short, in layman's term, is basically all the sides, okay, of the 3D object that I can touch. Right? I cannot touch the inside, so the surface area is literally on the surface. Right? So there you have it.